Seems that things aren't going to get any better, that's for sure. But now I know what I plan to do. On the other hand, this will mean that fighting against my demons is not going to be an easy fight. But I'm all the more for it, you know? Now with all that out of the way, let's get started. I'm MegamanNG. Welcome to my October 2024 monthly update. If this is late, then I do sincerely apologize. We're now on a road. The road to a new Omen. Yep, I said it, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. Trust me. Now, before we begin, I do want to say that if you enjoy my content, please be sure to do these 5 simple things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. September has seen a massive improvement compared to last month. Just not as much. So yes, I'm going to keep saying this over and over and over and over. So yeah, from September's watch time, about 76% of you are not subscribed. What the hell are you waiting for? Have you not hit that subscribe button yet? Oh, and for good measure, please set notifications to all and enable them too, whether it be on your phone or on your tablet. Besides, only 12.7% of you have done the former, while 4.1% have done the latter. It would mean a lot if more people did both. I want to grow as a creator, not die off like everyone else. Being a creator is hard, especially in the year 2024. Man, I don't want this to be the year I break. Am I right? Okay, so a few days ago, I celebrated my 18th year on YouTube. Being on this website for so long and having seen YouTube go from being this small site to being one of the biggest is just an undertaking. It really is. But on the other hand, you see this website degrade, trying to cater to certain things while pushing everyone else aside. I'm not kidding. I remember when YouTube had stuff like annotations, video responses, bulletins, you name it. Even the main YouTube channel page has this sense of identity, or rather the YouTube channel pages. One that tells you what the channel is about and what they do. None of these things exist now. All of it was taken away for one reason or another. Nowadays, every channel is now bland. YouTube is trying so hard to be the next big streaming service like Be Like TV and pleasing advertisers that we creators end up paying the price. Hell, they implemented stuff as a response to other platforms growing in popularity, like TikTok, YouTube Shorts being one example, and it gave way to a kind of content that I find to be unnecessary. Not only that, but they really want to hammer down on ads, and I mean a lot. They're also fighting against ad blockers, which I find to be just dumb. Don't take my word for it. I'm saying it like it is. And given the recent news that they want to show ads even when a video is paused, that tells you how desperate they are for money. Because in the 18 years I've been on this platform, I have seen it rise and fall, especially the latter. Right now, it's almost nigh impossible to make a name for yourself. Not to mention, it seems that there's also a massive amount of brain rot. What I mean to say is content that is made with very little effort or editing, and they get thousands of views. Not to mention it attracts the one audience that would most likely be completely oblivious about it. Kids. Before I explain, I want you guys to know one thing. I'm about to be 40 next year, and the content that I produce is not for kids, even though the demographics say otherwise. My problem is that there's too much of this brain rot content on the platform. We live in an age where YouTube has become an escape for parents who feel they can't do more for their kids, and instead have them be staring on a screen for hours on end. It's unacceptable. YouTuber Saberspark made an excellent video about this, and I worry for the future. Because content like that, brain rot stuff, should not be the norm. I mentioned this already, but if you've noticed, my content is long form. Always have, always will. And that'll never change. However, with things are now on this platform, or rather things as they are, it seems YouTube wants to devote all their focus towards content that are shorter and can catch views and revenue much quicker. There are creators who can be able to nail that well enough, but I do not want that to be the norm. The same can be said for edited content as well, and you know I've talked about this many times. I should also say that, yeah, my content isn't really edited per se. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. I don't have an editor that I can hire to take care of that. Plus, it goes against everything me and my channel stands for. My channel isn't going to change for anyone or anything. But who am I to judge? I'm just only one person in a platform where millions of people upload content every single day. So yes, I apologize for all this. But as you know, this is how I feel about being on this platform for so long. Normally, I would have been long gone. But my dream of being well known is dead. All I can do now is survive. That's all that matters. If I can make at least one person happy with what I do, that's more than enough for me. All things considered, September is where things settle down. Also, I'm making this noted. My viewership dropped a bit, and that's mostly because many of you guys are returning back to school, college, etc. To anyone watching this and have another year of education to go through, good luck. Focus on your studies. My content ain't going anywhere. That is a fact. I only wish my CTR or click-through rate was a bit better, but I'll take what I can get. Anyway, here's what I've done for September 2024. Up first is the Ace Attorney Investigations collection. Special thanks to Capcom for giving me the opportunity to play it. Sadly, though, I only completed the first game. Don't get me wrong, I want to do both games and do them with commentary. But my priority was shifted to another game that needed to see its journey through. Aside from that, much of September was devoted to the first game, and boy was it a trial. Doing it with commentary was fun. But you could say that I see this as a follow-up to my old run of the DS games back in the day. Good times. Next comes Battle Network 6, Cybeast Greygar. Since last year, I have covered the Mega Man Battle Network series on and off. A few months ago, I completed the 5th game, but as of today, I have completed the 6th and final entry. Besides, you guys voted for what version I should do. Even if I picked Falzar, the story is basically the same with some alterations. That, and I kinda like Greygar a bit more, since you really do feel like a beast. Fortunately, it felt like a satisfying way to end my time with this franchise. To everyone who saw the Battle Network Legacy Collection, you have my thanks. I mean that. Now, if only Capcom can do a collection for either the Legends games or Mega Man Star Force. Knowing them, they would probably choose Star Force, but I wish the Legends games got some love. And last but not least is Dragon Quest VI, The Realms of Revelation. Like with Battle Network, I also started doing the Dragon Quest series of games. This also included raising up funds to get a new 3DS XL capture board. With that, I was able to do the others. Leading up to this, the last of the Zenithian era, Dragon Quest VI. Let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. I mean, I recorded a lot of it and had it set up, and I know that many of you don't like when I do this, and that's fine. I said it already that I plan to do these games in honor of Akira Toriyama, the man responsible for creating the art behind the series. You'll be seeing more of this as we progress. That's for September in a nutshell. Sadly, though, October is where things are going to settle down because of reasons. If you're wondering about what's going to happen with October, things are going to slow down. Not really, though, but you're going to learn why. Up first is Ace Attorney Investigations collection. I'm still working on this game, and currently I'm on episode 4, A Turnabout Forsaken. Or the Forgotten Turnabout, as they say. I'll say it here. It's becoming one hell of a journey, and I have to imagine what the 5th and last one, Turnabout for the Ages, would be like. Trust me, I know, because I had done this on the DS via the unofficial fan translation and the original Japanese version. And boy, it's going to be wild. How wild? Just watch. You'll see what I mean. You'll be seeing one of these a day, every day. Just know that I'm doing it my way, with commentary. Slizer has his, I got mine, and I needed to set myself apart. And as a one-man commentator, I do what I must. There's also Dragon Quest VI, The Realms of Revelation. This playthrough will be wrapping up soon, but if you're wondering about the post-game, that's going to be a doozy. There's kind of a good reason since you're going to see me tackle one hell of a hard super boss. Dragon Quest IV had a Mond, and at least its post-game, well, there was an incentive. Dragon Quest V had Estark. Dragon Quest VI? Nocturnus. That one is going to be a nightmare unless I prepare myself accordingly. Although if I pull it off by beating him in under 20 turns, I will be so thankful because that would be a fitting and hilarious way to see my playthrough reach its end. Just bear with me, since it's going to be a hell of a ride. Now, if you're wondering about anything new, I haven't decided. There's kind of a reason for it, but if you wish to know what my plans for new games, here are 2 possible new playthroughs. The first is Visions of Mana. Square Enix should have provided me a review code. I requested one, but I was denied. But hey, the good news is that I bought a copy of the game. At least with that, I don't have to worry about their guidelines or restrictions. But yeah, the reason why I'm doing Visions of Mana is that the developers behind the game were recently shut down by Tencent and NetEase. All that does is aggravate me. As such, I will be doing a full playthrough in honor of the developers. I did that with Hi-Fi Rush. It's going to happen again here. They didn't deserve such a fate like that. No way. And the other one, Yakuza Kiwami. You think I forgot about this? Well, the surprising thing is that they announced it during a Nintendo Direct of all things. And the best part is that it's $20. And I will be covering this game from start to finish. Plus, seeing Yakuza or Like a Dragon on the Nintendo Switch is kind of a big deal. The only thing that I hope for is that at least the Sega bringing the other games over, including the Judgment spin-off games. So yeah, there's going to be a playthrough of Yakuza Kiwami on Switch. Just want to let you know that. Those are my plans for October. Just bear in mind that these plans can change on a whim. Just letting you know. So yeah, time for yet another update towards the fundraiser for a new HP Omen. Things are pretty much slow for the time being. However, as you know, that I'm also doing my part. I'm putting my own money on it, so if you think that I ain't, well, I'm letting you know this right now. I'm going to leave this here as a sort of thank you to those who have contributed to this. Remember that if you want to help, all the information is there and on the description below. There is no goal date since I'm playing the long game. As I mentioned in my 18th anniversary video, if in the event that my current HP Omen bites the dust, all playthroughs will be on hold and I will devote my time towards live streaming. Besides, I got a big backlog, and it's not going to get any bigger after all. Plus, when I do get the new laptop, these plans are going to get bigger and bigger. Trust me. So yeah, if you want to help, links down below or check this shot here. This is not mandatory. And I've said this many times because I do not want to force this down onto anyone. It's not my intention. If you want to help me out, you're more than welcome. I'm doing my part as well to show you that this is a team effort. I like it better when we work together, and that's what makes it worthwhile. I had to say it for last because, well, let's just say things got very controversial. Yeah, this is real talk, and I'm talking about Dragon Quest III HD 2D. You guys have been hearing about it on social media and on YouTube. Basically, this game has had some things be censored, like how the female warrior is supposed to look like. Not only that, but in an interview that Yuji Horii, Kazuhiko Torishima, and others were in, they complained over the changes they had to make. Horii has stated that they wanted to attract a much wider audience, in this case children, since Dragon Quest has been played, or rather enjoyed, by kids and adults. Yuji Horii is not a fan of these changes, and if someone like him is not a fan of what's going on, then you know something much bigger is up. It's gotten to the point where some people have the audacity to basically call the father of Dragon Quest names. And it's not the good kind. It's the kind where if I were to say it, this video would be hit with a yellow $sign. And thing is, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these people complaining about it because thing is, they weren't going to buy the game. They weren't going to spend $60 on a game like that. They would rather whine and complain so that people like you would listen and say, you know what, I'm not buying the game. I'm boycotting it, and that's a bad thing. And yeah, it is a really bad thing. Kazuhiko Torishima has stated a few things that I feel that needs to be addressed. I'll let this screenshot here speak for me. There's a religious concept from the West, especially in America, that influences their approach to sex education, right? In Dragon Quest, you used to be able to choose between a male and female main character. But now, you can't choose between a man and a woman anymore. Doing business with such a ridiculous country is really frustrating. Because of that, Japan also gets negatively influenced. I'm going to be blunt. I hate what's going on right now in gaming, and now Dragon Quest, of all things, is being subjected to this. To be fair, I have been reading up. According to Twitter user Crossy, Japan has been doing the whole Type 1 and Type 2 thing for a very long time. However, this is just part of something much bigger. Creativity in gaming is being hindered. Hindered by the West, and hindered by people who are completely out of touch or just outright senile. The biggest being an entire state, California. I hate California with a bloody passion. Not only that, but companies like Sony hinder Japanese games to conform with their standards. Why do you think many Japanese games get censored on that console? They think they know what's best for gamers. They're trying so hard to cater to the modern audience. And here's the thing, it doesn't exist. They're appealing to a group that wouldn't even be interested in it anyway. Not only that, but also stuff like DEI, Bridge, and companies such as Sweet Baby Inc. and Black Girl Gamers trying to promote stuff for the sake of diversity, equity, or equality, and inclusion. Companies like Capcom and Square Enix have already delved deep into that, censoring stuff for the sake of tainted black gold. Same can be said for game journalists that have dug deep into this slop. People like Ashley Parrish of The Verge and the stupid Kotaku wench Alyssa Mercante. They are the definition of journalists trying to push this narrative down our throats. You know what I call that? Complete bullshit. And they should be fired and blacklisted, never to work in this industry again, and faded into obscurity. So what are my thoughts on this? Simple. Censorship, no matter what it is bad. I'm tired of games getting censored by companies who think they know better. Even though Square Enix has cut all ties with Slop Baby Inc., they're not off the hook completely. If they want my money, as well as my time, they need to abandon everything related to DEI. It's a cancer, and it needs to be cut before it can spread any further. The gaming industry is on a collision course for another video game crash. It's inevitable, as all things are. Games like Spider-Man 2, Sloppy Squad, Concord, Dustborn, MK1, Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Dragon Age the Veilguard all follow the same thing. The same garbage. Dancing with DEI is like dancing with death. If you've seen the news, then games like these have cost companies millions of dollars. But will they learn? No, they won't learn. And when all is said and done, after they drove away the audience they should be focusing towards and going after something that doesn't exist, they'll learn. They all will. It's not a matter of if it happens, it's when. I still plan to cover Dragon Quest III HD 2D. I have my own reasons, and they are this. I do not want Dragon Quest to die in the West. Again. It died not once, but twice. First time was back in 1992 when Enix gave up after the NES version of DQ4. And then 3 years later, in 1995, Enix shut down their US branch, effectively killing it. And then it died again years later in 2000, when Dragon Quest VII didn't meet sales goals. Made worse was that Enix would suffer an even greater wound 1 year later in 2001. And now this. I don't want it to die again. Square Enix has already denied us Dragon Quest X many times. They don't want us to play it, and I can understand why. They wouldn't even give us DQX offline. Why do you think I devoted so much of my time this year towards this series? To show that there is still a demand. I have to wonder if it is for naught. Why do you think I made a video talking about this? If you want to check it out, the card should appear right about now. Check it out. You'll be surprised. Also, localizers like Katrina Leonidakis and Neverwhere should be fired and blacklisted. These people are grifters who try to change stuff in gaming to push narratives and politics down unsuspecting gamers' throats. They are scum. They think they know better. They are evil. And more importantly, they deserve to be ridiculed. Forever. And that's it for this update. This was a long one, and it was also a day late. I blame it on Fortnite. Thing is, I'm too soft. I can't say no. And plus, my friends mean a lot to me. So when I'm with them kicking butt, that brings a smile to my face. Honestly, I wish the same can be said for you all here on YouTube. I'm doing what I can. And all I can do is wait and hope for the best. Because if not, I don't know what I will do. It's not like my pay on YouTube is going to get any better. It just hasn't. Why do you think I do all this? But hey, I hope you all look forward to what I have up my sleeves this month. Please don't forget that if you enjoy what I do and the content that I produce, please consider supporting me, whether it be through channel memberships, my Ko-fi, which I really actually need to put some effort into it, or through PayPal. Anyone that does so, anyone that does a Dono through PayPal will get a shout out. You send 100, you get one for 3 months. And if you send 400, you get a year. All of it will go towards improving the channel. And believe me, it'll all be a big benefit. I've tried everything in convincing you. But if this won't cut it, like I said, I don't know what will. If you enjoy it, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, the like button. It means a lot. If you enjoy this or any of my content, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that bell. That helps too. Also, like I said, I want to improve our watch time. Last month was better, but not by much. I want this month to actually have some effort. I want it to improve, and it can be done by subbing and clicking that bell, not to mention enabling notifications. Anyone that says that doesn't help is a fool. It really does help because it shows that you guys really want this channel to keep on going. So that's pretty much it. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. That was a long update. Hopefully next month, it'll be on time this time.